Maybe it was naive of me, but I thought that once I found the vessel, I would have a lot more answers. Or at the very least, I wasn't expecting to get a ton of new questions. Okay, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit. I did get some questions answered. But now, I think Ash Twin is the only planet left. Is there enough here to figure out what's going on and stop it? I'm not sure. Especially since the only thing that seems to be here right now is sand. Oh, well, there's something. I'm not sure what it is, but it's a place to start. I am, of course, joking a little bit about all the sand. Eventually, it's going to start flowing towards Ember Twin. That should start revealing more. So, maybe I'll head towards the Ember Twin sandfall. There's a lot of sand here. I wonder how long it's going to take before I see something. Well, let's see. What is it that I'm trying to find here? An answer to whatever the Ash Twin project is, obviously. Presumably it's somewhere on Ash Twin. And specifically how it's tied to the statues, the masks, and I guess the orbital probe cannon too. Ah, hey! Looks like there's already something starting to appear. Huh. It looks a bit like a star. But that's about all I can tell at this point. I might have to wait until more sand moves out the way. Looks like something else over here, maybe. Yeah, but also not clear what this is either. Let's keep going. I think I might have lost track of the sandfall a little bit. Ah, there's Ember Twin. Alright, back on track. So, other than the Ash Twin project, there's the Eye of the Universe. Specifically, the coordinates to the Eye of the Universe. I'm still not really sure how to decipher those coordinates and actually try to go there. And then there's the vessel. It was pretty beat up, with at least one component that was severely damaged. I'm not sure if there's a way to get everything working again. It's probably wishful thinking to think that Ash Twin will be able to answer all of these questions. But even if it can just point me in the right direction, that would help a lot. Well, regardless, it looks like there's something else up ahead. That star shape looks familiar. I might have just looped back around. I don't think I'm getting through that door just yet, though. Oh, wow. A walkway? Oh, nice. Another door. A broken door. Ah, I can actually see down through the roof now, at least. Is that one of those warp pads? Oh, right. The Nomai at the High Energy Lab were talking about building towers on Ash Twin. This must be one of them. Ew. Some time has passed since I checked in
with you, Pi. How are you and Adea progressing with the Sun Station plans? Presently, my assessment is that our plan will either fail explosively or succeed explosively. Hi, you know I don't find that funny. How curious. Rami thinks I'm a gas. And I don't recall requesting that you monitor this conversation, Adea. I don't see what state of matter you are has to do with this. And I don't recall supporting the Sun Station's construction. But here we are. Hypothesis. Time spent away from the station would be beneficial to you both. I'm immensely interested in testing your hypothesis, Yarrow. That, at least, we can
agree on. Sun Station. Right, I remember discussions about it, but I'm not sure if I ever learned what it was. I guess that must lead up to the warp pad, but there's no way I'm getting to it with all these cacti in the way. Too bad there's no sand falling to cover the thorns this time. Or at least, there isn't right now. Oh wow, more walkway. I wonder if this connects all the towers. Speaking of which, looks like there's another one here that's been revealed. I think this one has 2 floors as well. And a warp pad, if that is actually what they are. 2 of them here, I guess. I wonder what's up on the 2nd floor. Mysterious. Wow, you must be lonely up here, Scroll. Let's see, I think I saw... Yeah, there's a slot for it down there. Quick shortcut back down. Friends visiting from the
Hanging City. We are planning the Ash Twin project at the High Energy Lab on Ember Twin's equator. I became lost on Ember Twin. My gratitude that Rami found me. But the High Energy Lab is the building with the large solar panels. I'm surprised I didn't see it.
I imagine our otherwise immensely clever Kanoi would lose his own head if it weren't anatomically
impossible. Right, notes for visitors. These are definitely starting to sound like, whoa! I don't want to get scooped up by that. Hopefully I'll be safe in here. Let's see. A high energy lab. That must mean these warp pads lead to Ember Twin. Oh my stars, I was not ready for that. Did I activate it somehow? I don't remember how they activate. Ooh. Departure time, arrival time, return warp status charged. Right, this is like the White Hole Station. Except in this case, between Ember Twin and Ash Twin. Except, I don't think I need to be on Ember Twin right now. Let's try that return warp capability. I'm not sure if I ever tried that with the White Hole Station. Oh, the White Hole Station seems like forever ago. but I don't think I'll ever forget that sensation. Alright, well, I think I've fully proven that these are the warp towers. I'm not sure what this next one will be, but regardless, I need to remind myself how these warp pads work. Speaking of working, always nice to find a door that's not broken. Okay, well, here's the warp pad, straight to the point. Doesn't seem to be much else here. Ah, an overhead window with a target. That seems familiar. I think the Whitehall station had that too. If I remember correctly, the target location, the destination, has to be overhead of the warp pad. So, a window like this makes sense. It lets you see when you're about to arrive at your destination. Except, I don't know what my destination is. Well, if I'm correct, I guess it's not Giant's Deep. Or Brittle Hollow. Could it be Timberhearth? Yeah, it's Timberhearth. At least, that's what was overhead, and this does look like Timberhearth. I didn't think one of these warp pads were here, though. Looks like similar text. Good to know the return pad is charged, though. Now, where on Timberhearth is this? I may have seen these from a distance, but I was always on my way to something else. I should have stopped sooner to explore. There's Nomai construction here. Wait, did the Nomai have a settlement on Timberhearth? It could have been hidden by this waterfall the whole time. Oh gosh, there's definitely something down here. Okay, no doubt now that this was built by the Nomai. Mining site to be. Not a settlement then, I suppose, but what were they mining? Whoa. This might be a tricky jump. Ah, so close. Okay, plan B. Maybe I can use these instead? This does seem much easier. But now where am I? I'm still amazed by
how much ore the Ash Twin project requires.
Isn't this the ore for the remaining towers being built on Ash Twin? The completed towers I've seen are quite large.
No, the material for those towers is all being taken from Ash Twin. The ore we're mining here will be used to craft an immensely thick protective shell that will physically seal off the chamber inside Ash Twin's core.
I'm relieved by our clan's decision to use Timberhearth's ore only for constructing the shell. If, eventually, life on this planet were to evolve to the point of advanced metallurgy, I'm confident we won't have destroyed their ability to create. If they're sealing off all entrances, I hope they've planned accordingly.
I thought you had forbidden your apprentice from making puns, Coleus.
Well, how else would he
improve? There's a chamber inside Ash Twin's core? No wonder it's been so difficult to find the location of the Ash Twin project. Let's see. Good timing. So, I guess these masks are in the core of Ash Twin. It's not how I would have pictured the core of Ash Twin, but then it sounds like the Nomai did a lot of construction around it. My gratitude for the
latest shipment, Oino. This ore should be the last we'll need for the Ash Twin project. Once we've finished the shell that seals off the central chamber, we'll check to ensure there are no longer any physical entrances. Rami and I will be checking the interior and then the exterior for cracks. Our final safety check.
This is exciting news. Can I offer an extra set of eyes for this final check? Specifically mine? If my work here is complete, I'd be delighted to help.
We'd be grateful if you would. The more eyes, the better, as the smallest flaw or opening in the shell that protects the Ash Twin project could lead to
disaster. That's a little concerning. It sounds like the Nomai did a really good job making sure the core was sealed. So then, how do I get to it? Well, first, I wonder if there's anything else in here. Back to the start. I guess not. Alright, how to get back to the entrance? Whoa! That works! Oof! That had a lot of power! Okay, there probably isn't much time left in this loop. Let's see if there's enough time left to make it back to Ash Twin and explore a little bit more. Most of the sand will probably be on Ember Twin at this point. I wonder if I'll be able to find any cracks in the core on Ash Twin. I'm not going to get my hopes up, but it sure would make getting to the Ash Twin project much easier. Okay, I'm ready for the warp this time. I'm ready for the warp. Okay, that wasn't so bad. Maybe. Oh, definitely near the end of this loop, though. That is one angry sun. In that case, let's go core exploring. This is pretty far down, so this is probably the core. Well, the outside of it. The big question is whether a crack has formed, one that I can just kinda slip through to get inside. I'm not seeing anything obvious, though. But regardless, this rock is awfully pretty. All these sparkles, they almost look like... Wait a minute. Stars! They look like the stars behind the masks at the Ash Twin Project. Oh, now I know I definitely need to find a way inside. I'm not sure what this structure is, but maybe it can help. It seems to be going in the wrong direction, though. But nothing ventured, nothing gained. Wow, this is a long one. Yep, completely wrong direction. Nice view, though. Oh, hi, ship. I guess this is where I parked. Okay, one last-ditch effort. Maybe I can catch a glimpse of the core during a supernova. No luck. Oh, jeez. Oh.
After closer observation, finding Site 2A wouldn't be safe for the native life dwelling in some of this cave's pools. So, unfortunately, we'll have to mine one of the other sites. On the opposite hand, new life. This species is semi-aquatic and very hardy. The ecosystem here is quite robust, so I believe they'll thrive in the long run. Be cautious near the pools if you visit 2A to meet them. There are a few other cave sites that look promising. What about Site 2B? It shares similar formations and strata.
This sounds promising. Will you and your mentor investigate? If mining Site 2B proves safe for this native species, we'll move our work there.
Site 2B is safe. Collier says we'll continue to monitor our activity and its effect on life here. I was watching them once during a rest, and the hours escaped from me. They're fascinating. I wonder what their fourth eye does. They remind me of a subterranean species that my mentor, Mallory, once told me about, from when our clan used to travel across this universe. I imagine she would have enjoyed these life forms greatly.
Huh.